Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to another Elden Ring Adventure. This is, I guess, the sixth one, which I am recording even though I still haven't released the second adventure video. But today, we are going to go into Redmane Castle, where we should find Starscourge Radahn, or General Radahn. Though, apparently, he's not actually in the castle, for what I've heard. I've heard a little bit about him. He sounds like he's actually a pretty cool boss fight, but I don't know much more than that. So we're here in Caelid, in the Hell Zone, where he and one of the other demi-gods did war, and she released the Scarlet Rot that infected both the General and this entire land. And I believe she is also somewhere else and not here in Caelid. But yeah, we're going to head into Redmane Castle. I want to say that this is a legacy dungeon, but it looks way too small. And after last time with Caria Manor, I seem to not be the best judge of what the legacy dungeons are. I do know for sure, though, that Lucaria, which I still haven't touched, is a legacy dungeon. It's a much bigger area. But yeah, we're going to head in here. So I could just teleport into the castle. I activated this by going to a fort. I think it's Fort Gaelic? Fort Gale. And activating the teleporter there will teleport you to here. And then you could use this again to teleport into the castle, but we're actually going to go into the castle the main way, if we can, since I'd like to get whatever items we can on the way. But I thought we'd start here because General Radahn is a boss I need to beat for a bunch of different things to progress. You know, NPC quest lines, as well as getting access to the capital city, because I am 70 hours into this game, and I still don't have a second Great Rune, which is, you know, the thing you need for primary progress. Apparently, you only need 2 Great Runes to get to the main story stuff. You can actually skip a lot of the other ones, and it doesn't matter specifically which Great Rune you get, you just need to get another one. So it could be from Radahn, it could be from Queen Rennala, it could be from Confessor Rykert. There's one I don't remember the location of. I think it's because it's somewhere I can't go yet. Like Giant's Plateau or something. Or Mountain of the Giants. I've seen it mentioned a bunch of times now. I even have a quest to kill somebody there. You can see this one here. I'm supposed to hunt down Juno Hoslow for the Murder Mansion that hires you to murder a bunch of people. But I can't go there until I can go to the capital city, because you have to kind of pass through there to get to that other section of the map. So, I saw this path back here, because I did snoop around a little bit, but I haven't actually been inside the castle, aside from when I teleported in there, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be here yet. So, I assume that nobody watched the boss fights. That's just my initial assumption going in, even though those should be released before this. But right now, I am using the Parian Knight Sword, and I upgraded it again, and I've still been upgrading my int, so it's actually pretty decent now. I don't know if we'll stick with it for the boss, if we get to the boss in this video, but against regular enemies, I've been finding it pretty handy with the extra magic damage. These bats really don't seem to get stronger even when you encounter them in harder areas. Like, some enemies definitely do get bigger health pools. Nope. Oh, good thing we saw that fucking guy die. Oh, I think that's one of the humanoid bats. The ones that are sometimes kind of singing monk choruses. Here, you little shit. I still cannot believe how long that falling star beast took me to beat in that video. I really thought it was going to be like a 20 to 25 minute thing, and then I could go on to record, you know, this video. But instead, I had to stop and come back to this the next day. Ugh, these guys kind of suck. I don't even know why they can poison you. They just, like, throw poison with their feet. Come here, you little shit. I'm just gonna shoot him with my bow if he doesn't stop. That's not what I want to do. God damn it. Hold on, I gotta equip it. I'm gonna end up running off the cliff trying to do this. Oh, I don't have my bow equipped right now. Never mind. Already poisoned. You can't poison me more. Alright, so... I got a graveyard back here, but I don't see any items, so I must have already cleaned this out. So that just leaves the castle itself. It's not a very big castle, especially compared to Stormvale. I don't know if any of the other castles are bigger than Stormvale, though the capital city kind of just looks like a giant castle, so that might count. Got a door over there. I'm gonna guess it's locked. Generally, you never encounter a door like that and just open it. It's probably locked from the inside. Alright, Redmane Castle. Hopefully there's a grace in here. Alright, it's got its own fancy atmospheric track. First I was like, is one of those bats up here too? But no, this is part of the backing track. Honestly, with the hellish place that we are, this track reminds me a lot of the second Creature from the Vault story, Ash Cloud. There's a part where, or at least in the audio version I've heard, where a track like this plays while describing the nightmare hellscape in their dreams. If you've never listened to those stories, they are very good. Like, I would recommend them. You know, a lot of people are put off when you hear creepypasta because it sounds like just the generic, shitty kind of stuff, but there is some real good stuff out there, and I think all of the horror from the Vault stories are good. Except the third one. Third one's a little weird just because it kind of strays away from a lot of what happened in the first two. Alright, I hear a scarab. There doesn't seem to be a lot of enemies in here so far. I think there's an NPC thing that can happen where he kills all of the people in here. Somebody was talking about that on Twitter, but I don't think I've triggered that. Well, there's a dog right there, so clearly I haven't. This lantern has been one of the best things I obtained in the game. Armor's cookbook. So I guess these guys are just used by servants everywhere, or used as servants everywhere, because this is the same guy who lets you into Stormvale. He is the same race as whatever these things are. I don't know if these are the night folk that you can spawn as. You know, one of the body templates you can pick. I went with Reeds people, Land of the Reeds people or whatever. It's just basically the Japanese equivalent. Okay. Shortcut open. There's no grace back here, though, so that just gives us a very limited shortcut to get back into the castle if we die. Another one of these friggin' guys with the exploding bolts. God damn it. I'm not used to the short range on this sword still. Yeah, I'm still used to using the Great Epée the most, and that thing has some real range. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's a secret wall or anything here. Ooh, there's a lion out there. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. And I don't even have the option to try and open this door, so I guess it's not a real door. Liar ahead. I like how people kind of preemptively put these liar ahead messages there, or I'm just not getting the hidden wall message that they're talking about. Because you don't get every single message that everyone sees. So they may have seen a hidden wall message that I can't. Okay, so I can't get through that door, so I might actually have to teleport in, unless I can like drop down from up here. That's where I came from? No, I came from like back there, didn't I? No. Ladder ahead. But yeah, I feel like I should be able to... Oh, that's a pretty big drop. What if I land on the wall, though? Or what if I land on... this? Haha! Circumvented your limitation. Oh, fuck. It's okay, the lions are over there. They haven't seen me yet. Because I'm pretty sure the teleporter dropped me into the courtyard around here somewhere. And we should probably find it if we don't get murdered by lions. However, the chance of a lion murder is pretty high, because these guys are tough individually, and it looks like there's 2 of them. Though the ones I've seen so far are actually counted as a mini-boss. Like, there's one of these in Stormvale that we saw when we first went there, and that one doesn't respawn. But these ones probably do. Okay, here's the teleporter here. This is the one that leads to the front gate. I think they also cycle, because I'm pretty sure I ended up back at the castle when I went through it a couple times. But I think our goal here in Redmane might be to find a different one of these that lead to the boss himself, if he's not in the castle. Because this is his castle, as far as I'm aware. Where he fought against Malenia. I think it's Malenia? Might be Miqeulla. Is this the door I was just at? God, this armor is so gross. I'm like, why is it perpetually dirty? But it turns out it's called scaled armor, not, you know, with typical scaled armor, but because it's literally growing fleshy scales on it. I got it off of some dead weirdo after I made him dead. Okay, where are we going? There's a grace up ahead. Let's definitely hit that before we look at anything else. That'll shave off any inconvenience if I die. And it means we can be wacky. Alright, I got 33,000 runes, which might be almost enough to level up. I need 39, so we'll hold on to those for now. I could spend some runes and just guarantee a level up, but I'm not too worried about losing them. There's this extremely good farming spot that I've unlocked, but I've only been using it to farm runes to buy upgrade materials so that I can level up some of the other weapons, because I can't buy the good upgrade materials yet. I need to make more progress to do that. So I've been using it just to level up a bunch of different weapons to level 12 so that I can try them out, and I've been using that farming spot to afford it. Because that's one thing that you're kind of limited on in previous games. Then again, I guess I had never looked up a farming spot in the other Souls games. But there's a pretty good one here, and it gives you like 50k runes every minute and a half. So you farm up like 200,000 of those and then buy a shit ton of smithing stones, and you can try out a bunch of different weapons. But at this point, to make any of them particularly useful for the places I go, I need to get them up to like plus 15, plus 16, which I can't do, so but it's time to make some real progress. Kill the general. Is there really nothing out here? I'm expecting there to be a way into this building here. I could go fight the lions. I could go get eaten by the lions, which is more likely to happen. Now, if I equip my bow... I can't tell if it sees me. It looks like it's staring right at me. I'm going to equip my bow and see if I can aggro just one of them. My fancy pulley bow, which doesn't seem great. I don't know how much stats you'd have to invest to actually do decent damage with a bow, but it's good for stuff like this. The music here is very unfitting for fighting something like this. Uh-oh. Bad place to be trapped. Oh. Probably don't want to trade with this guy. Wait, does that count as a block? I've never seen that happen before. He like caught me with a sweep through himself. Ooh. They really love their follow-up attacks. Where it's like, oh, I completely missed you with my big attack. Let me just immediately do another one. Alright. So, don't know if they respawn. But we got one, so I think I could probably take the other one. Can I open this door from this side? Praise the door. Nope. Still can't open it. Where is this scarab? Oh, it's just a health scarab. That'd actually be handy here, because I'm down a couple flasks. Where are you gonna go now, fool? Alright, that gave me 3 more, so that should be enough to kill this other lion. And finish exploring this front area. Slimes! These enemies are so worthless. I don't even know why they show up. The only time that they're actually, like, kind of a threat is when they drop from the ceiling onto your head. And even then, I've never been killed by that. They just do a bit of damage and kind of annoy you. Okay, that door doesn't open either. This courtyard seems kind of pointless. Can I open the gate? Not from here. Not that opening the gate would actually have much purpose. And it seems like this guy's just guarding this one item. Damn it. So close to actually getting a swing. Oh, I think he's got the glow. I can't tell. If he does, that means he drops like 5 times the amount of runes. Yeah, he does. The glowing eyes. I gotta stop going for that. Sometimes you have to just not be fancy and just go for the regular ass attacks. And Somber Smithing Stone 4s are not that great either because I can buy those. It's the 5s and up that I need. Smithing Stone 4, also don't need that. I think I actually need to make progress in the game as well to start even just finding more good smithing stones. Okay, we killed the lions. It didn't actually really serve a purpose. They dropped a good amount of runes. I didn't even look at how much that golden-eyed one dropped, but it must have been like 10k. So I think we're done with the courtyard. Now we gotta head deeper into the castle. Well, there's more courtyard over here. Just hanging out their swords to dry. Still, it seems pretty empty. I guess most of Radahn's knights are still out there fighting the beasts. Eternally. Maybe these are all the weapons of the dead? Or maybe those are trophies of the people they killed. It's a nice change from all the bodies you see hanging around everywhere. Alright. This might be the gatehouse over here. Try ranged battle. I think they're already dead, Jim. Definitely not a legacy dungeon, but I kind of already assumed that once I looked at the size on the map. Okay, there is an item in there, but I think all of these doors are, for whatever reason, completely useless. So the only way to go is past the Grace. Let's see if that leads us to actually something. Let me get my flasks back and level up. Let's see. Intelligence 21. I feel like I should keep bumping this, but I'm going to start putting points back into health and endurance as well. There's still a lot more levels I want to get, but it sounds like I could probably get about another 70 levels before finishing the game at the rate I'm playing, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Because, I mean, there's so many bosses compared to previous Souls games that there's so many runes out there to get without even farming. What did that say? Hair ahead. Oh. Okay, well, there is Blythe. So maybe he did kill most of the enemies in here? Because I feel like there should have been more than we saw. And if I remember, he is the one that supposedly killed them. Okay, yeah, so this is the festival they were talking about. There was some kind of festival going on here, and a bunch of NPCs would show up. Who's this? Polite bow. I don't think I've ever seen this lady before. Who are you? No idea. She kind of looks like she's a bit blood-soaked, though.
Champions! Welcome! The stars have aligned. The festival is nigh. General Radahn, mightiest demigod of the Shattering, awaits you. Champions, prepare for battle. Defeat the General, claim glory, and grab that great rune. A celebration of war. The Radahn Festival!
So who set this up, then? This guy or Radahn? Because some of the lore that I've picked up made it sound like Radahn has lost his mind because of the rot. Also, he looks like he's wearing just a big pile of poop on his head. Well, here's Alexander, who I haven't seen since the first time I met him.
Ah, you came. How delightful. Indeed, I thought I might find you here. By the by, do you know for whom this festival is being held? Well, it is none other than General Radahn himself.
I thought it was being held for us.
I could face a great champion of the Shattering, a demigod in the flesh. Oh, God. In truth, I quiver at the thought. Such is his frightful repute.
Well, I guess we are going to be seeing Radahn in this video after all.
Assures me the ordeal is worth undertaking.
Somehow I don't think we're going to beat him, though.
Get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, do hereby vow to unflinchingly brave this ordeal.
So the one thing I have heard about the fight itself is apparently we can summon a shit ton of people for this, compared to the normal amount. Now, I don't know if that still increases his health or not, because normally when you summon NPCs or players, it will increase the boss's health by a set amount, or a percentage, with You know, obviously, when you summon up to 3 people, you're gonna take a long time to kill the boss, but you're also having 4 times as much DPS. Who's this chubby fellow? He's like a rotund Sigmire, but with a kind of metal-rimmed hat, it looks like. So we got those guys. We got Blythe here, who is an 8-foot-tall wolf man. Actually, assuming that our character is probably about 6 feet tall, he looks like he's probably like 9 feet tall.
Thought I might find you here.
And very well spoken for a wolf man.
I was a little worried. We missed our meeting. But it looks like you're still in one piece, eh? You must have heard by now, right? That Starscourge Radahn holds Ranni's fate in stasis. But once he's out of the way, it'll spring back into motion. So now, we stand against the demi-god once known as the strongest of them all. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang. Into the fray together, eh?
Yes, we shall stand together as wolf brothers, for I have this. I'm like a small version of you, but also more gross, because I'm pretty sure this is from a dead wolf. And yours is a real wolf head, because you're a wolf man. Alright, I'll put it away. Where is... I also have this wolf head. If that one offends you less. I have a better helmet than this, but I think this one fits the armor I'm wearing better. It's got more of a tone, but I also have the Crucible helm, which statistically is better, but obviously does not fit the color palette of my garbage armor. My armor that's been sitting in a trash pile for years. Oh, I got this one too. That actually probably matches my helmet better. Or my armor better, because this is actually part of the armor set. Ugh, but it's an ugly duck helmet. Alright, we're not here to fashion souls right now. Though I'm probably far enough in the game that I probably could start fashion soulsing. So, I guess there's nothing else to do here. But yeah, so one of the major quest lines that I need to progress by killing Radahn is Ranni's. And it sounds like you have to do her quest to get access to a big chunk of the map. Or at least a big chunk of Liurna. Alright, who's this guy? This pantaloon-wearing motherfucker. He is wearing like a cloth poop on his head.
Are you good and prepared, young chum? The festival begins.
Not yet.
See when you are ready.
Okay, so is he just gonna dump us into the boss fight? Here you go, chum. Have at it. I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything else up here. Okay. Another one of these star shrines. So, there's another one of these, as we saw in Caria Manor. And I guess since Radahn has taken control of the stars, it makes sense that he has one of these here, too. Somber Smithing Stone 5. That's what I actually want to see, because I can use that to upgrade my bow. Alright, let's give this a shot. I say, and then I just keep wandering around. It's not like we're going to accidentally stumble into a boss fight here, though. Door, you do not have the right. Door. Bloodstain. Why is there a bloodstain there? How did somebody die in that spot? Probably by falling off the cliff. Alright, well. Seems like there's nothing else going on up here. Bravery required ahead. In short, let there be victory. Could this be a victory? No, not yet. Alright, Starscourge. Let's find out what your fight is like. Ready as I'll ever be.
Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture.
Let me give you some lore. Just so you know who you're fighting. Man, that's a sickly looking dog.
General Radahn is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Malenia's Scarlet Rot, his wits are long gone.
Yeah, so in that CG trailer that came out right before the game, you see Malenia stab him in the head.
Former friends and foes alike, gorging on them like a dog.
And I'm assuming that's when the Scarlet Rot took over his brain.
Howling at the sky.
So now I invite challengers here to be consumed by him, or kill him.
We must make merry.
I mean, they called it a feast.
Of champions, the revels begin.
So I assume the feast is for him.
Of war, the Radahn Festival.
Hey, can I have your flamberge? I can't use it, but I'll still take it. Heartening cry. Yeah, what he said. Did it actually begin? I thought he was gonna teleport me or something. Silence.
You will find the field of battle past the church ahead. General Radahn is divested of his wits and howling at the sky.
Are you gonna join us, or are you gonna show up at the end and try to kill me? Be like, yes, now the great rune will be mine. He's weakened you and you've killed him. Alright, door's open now. So, saying we're ready really didn't do anything, except let us progress. Smithing Stone 6. Well, I guess it got us that bit of lore. Smithing Stone 6 is valuable, but I think I need, like, 6 of them to really make use of it. Why do these messages always have, like, 10,000 upvotes? Okay. So I guess this is what the desert's for. I couldn't find a way to get down here. I guess he's just wandering the desert. It's really weird that you can't see your eyes through the eye holes in this thing. I don't suppose there's a grace down here? Or I guess there's probably a stake. Alright. Somewhere out there is the monster known as Radahn. Behold, champion! Liar ahead. Alright, I'm gonna guess this is not here anymore after the fight, because obviously there's no way to stand out there. Okay, so no intro cutscene or anything. He has a bow. I'm pretty sure he has gravity magic as well, just based on that CG trailer and the fact that these are purple projectiles. So I gotta make my way over there, probably by horseback. Suppose we should summon some of these folks. Sure, we'll summon Hat Guy. Lionel the Lionhearted. Ow, fuck. God, that does some heavy damage. And there's no cover in these dunes. Definitely summon Blade. I don't know if this counts as cheating, in the way that some people say that summoning is always cheating. Jesus. Alright, I'm pretty sure if I get hit once on Torrent, I'm gonna get knocked off. But at least he's not firing the big arrows at me anymore. I don't think we have to worry about these NPCs dying, because sometimes you do have to worry about that. I think I accidentally blocked. Okay. I think sometimes ghosts come out of him. I can't tell. Well, the other guy's down. And Blythe is down too. I think his name is pronounced Blythe, even though it's B-L-A-I-D-D, because it's... I think it's like Welsh or Gaelic for wolf. Ouch. After the Star Beast, I really don't want to deal with more gravity magic. Yep. It's not really surprising that that's an instant kill, because he hit me with both of his fucking giant axes. Okay, so I don't know if it's better to not summon in this. And I might need to switch weapons, but that didn't go too badly. I didn't get, like, insta-killed or anything. And we have a stake right here, so... yeah, I think this is manageable. I mean, people beat this guy way lower level than me. Like level 50. Just have to not get annihilated by his bow. I hate that horse. Because you're supposed to, like, boost right before something hits you. That's, like, the closest thing you can do to dodging. God, they chase you. Oh. I got hit by all of the speakers at the same time. He did like a shotgun spray, and then I got hit with the ones from above. So, the hard part is closing in on him. And that seems like the real reason you want to summon, is just to get him to attack them instead of you until you can get into range. You know, you could have just put the respawn here. Thankfully, he only uses these at really long range. Which gives you plenty of time to dodge them. Alright, now comes the Rain of Spears. Which feels like they just keep going and going and going. Alright, bring it on. Oh, he's still on his tiny fucking horse. I was like, does he have just little tiny legs? But no. I wonder if I can... no, I can't even target that thing. Seriously, he got out of range of that. That attack is so cool and so impractical. Man, I wish I had a horse that was that strong. Mine can take like one arrow before it falls over. Okay, so maybe this thing is just too short range. Are we gonna have to go back to the classic already? I could also try my Crimson Frost strategy, but neither of those rapiers is really leveled up enough for this yet. You can kind of power stance the Frostbite axe, or Frostbite rapier, and the Crimson Rot rapier. I don't know the timing for that. I keep trying to boost out of it. I didn't even roll for that one. He just walked out of the way. But yeah, I don't understand how to dodge with Torrent, because you don't really get any iframes with Torrent, ever. Yeah, that seems to be doing a lot better against him. Sometimes you have to take the heal knowing you're going to get hit anyway, because otherwise you're going to die. The slope does help me a little bit. And he's so big that you can kind of stand under his swings. However, I'm also guessing that he's going to have some big fancy trick after he gets down a bit in health. Aside from this one. That one is also such a fucking long wind-up. It's hard to get close to him, though. With his little dinky horse. Oh boy. The friggin' pole killed me, of all things. So he's not too tough, health-wise. Unlike the fucking Falling Star Beast, which had so much health. Or just so much armor. I think we can get him, though. And not take 2 hours. I wasn't planning on sticking with the fight, though, if he was taking too long. Because, I mean, this was supposed to be an adventure, but the castle proved to not actually be that difficult. I wonder if I should just... No, I was going to say go towards him instead of trying to go sideways. I don't know why I have so much trouble avoiding these. Maybe I just have to wait until I get close enough and use Torrent to avoid the other arrows. That last one always gets me. So, why is it that that last attack killed me this time, and last time I healed through it with the same amount of full health? But I can see the tedious part of this fight is just this beginning part, because every time you're going to need to make the approach while he shoots at you. You can't just get into the fight. And you have to teleport every time, which thankfully does not have a loading screen of its own. Fucking hell. Summon my distraction brigade. So that hopefully he shoots at them instead of me. He's still shooting at me. Shout out to that tiny spear that blocked his magic arrow. Oh, there's more of them up here. I also wonder if he gets more aggressive if you summon people. Stab you in the brain. Again. Soften it up some more. Uh-oh. You gone completely. Where'd he go? Please don't rain down on my with a giant death attack. I knew that was going to happen. I knew he was going to teleport down from above, but come on. How are you supposed to avoid that? The answer is on horseback. Though it was very much a reminder of that one guy in Sekiro that just dive bombs you out of the sky and explodes. The one that always catches people by surprise the first time. It happened in my first impressions video, if I remember. Or maybe it was... Maybe I did more than one Sekiro video. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think I need to feel bad about summoning these guys just to get close to them. Or just get insta-killed by those arrows. I mean, I saw this popping up on lists of, like, the best boss fights in Elden Ring, and so far it just seems kind of eh. Like, it's cool, but I mean, it's not, like, crazy wild or anything. It's just a little different, I guess, than some of the other bosses. Not a lot of them where you start in a ranged battle and have to close the distance. Also, pretty sure I could not hit him from here with a bow. Maybe with a great bow, but that's for strength people. God damn it. You know, my distractions do not seem to be distracting him very much. Alright, I don't think we're going to try this too many more times before I'm just going to say that'll be enough for this video, because I don't want to have a massively long video of just one boss fight, pretty much. We already did that. We already did that with the boss fights, and this is not a boss fights. There are other things I can go see as well. There's at least one thing I want to maybe show before the end. I don't understand how to dodge that. Like, I have no problem rolling it, I say, and then fucking get hit by it. I have no problem rolling it most of the time, but for some reason on horseback, I just cannot figure out how to avoid it. Also, it kind of annoys me that you cannot summon your horse while moving. There's so many times where I just want the horse to pop up under me as I'm running. This time I'm going to summon these people. Apparently I summoned Alexander anyway. Does he have more than one summon? Patches, return to the void. Or, sorry, to this world. Oh yeah, because Patches is a pussy. I don't even know why his summon sign is here. Alright, somebody else stunned him. Oh fuck, I'm trapped. Ooh. Haven't seen that attack yet. Or this one. Okay. He just pulls you into them. It's so goofy that they combine, like, here's this endlessly cursed murder general that eats people. Also, he's got a very silly little horse. Anyway, that's General Radahn. I'm going to come back to that. The other thing I want to show is this giant fucking dragon over here in the Dragonbarrow, which is, unsurprisingly, full of dragons. Turns out the dragons here are also not bosses. They are regular respawning enemies, but they don't drop dragon hearts, so I guess that's the balancing thing. You can't just farm them here for hearts. But this is where you're supposed to go. Hold on, what was that glow? Oh, it's just a ghost. This is where you're supposed to go in order to get the other half of the disc you need for the elevator. It seems a little wacky that they want you to go here to get that when you don't even need the damn disc anyway. You can just go up the cave next to it. But yeah, I killed these two dragons here. They're, I guess, young dragons, even though they look pretty scruffy, because they can't breathe fire. They can only pounce on you. But there seems to be the daddy of all dragons over here. Not you. You're also just a regular dragon. Where is it? It's over here by Fort Faroth. The fort is where you get the disc. It also seems like this dragon is supposed to be blocking the path, but then you can just kind of go around it. But yeah, look at the size of this thing, and it's still alive. It has been trapped here, absorbed by the fungus, so it's dying. But apparently we can kill it by killing all of its surrounding dragons. Which might take a little while. Oh, actually, that does a lot of damage. And for some reason, this one started at half health. But yeah, I guess this guy's life force is linked to these guys, because when you kill them, he takes a big chunk of damage. I guess one of the earlier trailers actually showed this dragon getting up and flying away, and people seem to think that's cut from the game now. There used to be a quest line about this. does fire come from if none of these guys can breathe fire? Jesus, they still hit real hard, though. Thankfully, they also seem to have the manners of Assassin's Creed guards, so they only attack you one at a time, which is very rare whenever there's multiple enemies in a Dark Souls game. I got hit by his chin. He just, like, chin squashed me. So there's those guys, which I thought was cool enough to show off before killing him, the giant dragon. But I think the only thing you get is, like, runes and dragon hearts from killing him. For some reason, you get multiple dragon hearts. And then there's the Divine Tower that I'll have to climb after defeating Radahn. That's the one where you have to kind of climb the outside, and it's perilous, and not great if you're acrophobic. Thankfully, I'm mostly not acrophobic anymore, so I only get a minor clench when I fell off the tower. And then what else do we have here? Well, we have the area around Sellia. The hellscape outside that you emerge into when you get teleported by that trap. I thought it was so cool, though, when I walked out of here, and I'm just like, where the fuck am I? Because it's so different from Limgrave. So when you get teleported here early on, you just get a whole different vibe. And some people are saying that this is one of the most interesting areas that From has ever done, because it's rare for them to do, like, a real horror landscape instead of just kind of decrepit castles and swamps and whatnot. I mean, Bloodborne has some of that, obviously, but you don't see that as much in Souls games that are not born Souls. Soulsborne, I guess people call it sometimes. So this is Wizard Town, and it's full of ghost wizards. And I haven't explored this place yet. I can't tell if they're supposed to be ghost wizards or they're just invisible most of the time. The game is very vague about what glowing people means. And they're really weak against Slash. I don't think these wizards can stand up to me at this point in the game. I'm too strong. But yeah, I haven't really gotten much exploration here. Like, I came here a little bit at the very first time I got teleported, and then I was like, this area is probably too strong for me. Which was my assessment of, like, all of Caelid. So there's a bunch of these, which means there's got to be some way to deactivate them, either by lighting torches or killing someone or something. 'Cause there's been seals like that in other places. Don't know anything about the lore of this place, though. There's been no mention of, like, an outcast group of wizards deciding to move to Caelid from Liurna. Tower required a head. Tower. Well, there's a tower, like, straight ahead. There's a tower there. It's got a ladder on it. Can I just kind of walk across? Be wary of up. Sometimes that just means look up and not, hey, something's going to drop on you from above. Can I torrent up here? I can. Let me just do some horse platforming across these rooftops. So I guess we're going to wrap up, because I did spend a lot of time on that Radahn area. But I wanted to get a little Caelid exploration in, because I haven't really done that in any of the videos yet. I've been focusing a lot on Liurna. So the seal was broken somewhere, but not the one over there. So there's got to be a bunch of these towers and torches. Staff of Loss. Ah, dregs. Nothing but bloody dregs up here. I see you, Ghost Wizard. These are just like shitty wizards too. The ones with the weird heads are the good wizards. Look how pretty that magic is. Like, tell me the magic effects don't look good in this game. There's a lot of starlight. In the regular magic. Or I guess the glintstone magic. It's not necessarily regular magic. Can you stop shooting little dinky arrows at me? Shitty magic is not enough to stop overpowered dex build. Or, I guess, overpowered for this area dex build, not really overpowered for most things. There's another seal that's not broken. There's also some guy around here who told me to look for his daughter. I think his daughter. He might be lying, though. He doesn't really seem that trustworthy. But she then invaded me in the swamp. So I think I need to find her actual body and not her invader body. Dog. Caelid dog covered in mushrooms. Still a dog, though. There's some kind of horrible dog that can inflict blood loss. Like, instantly. It hit me once, and I fucking died because it blood lost me with one bite. But they weren't in Caelid. They were in, like, a blood church. There's some whole other thing going on with, like, a blood god or lord of blood or whatever. And that's where the farming area is in the blood palace. But unrelated to the Scarlet Rot blood. And that blood stuff seems to have a, like, vines or thorns kind of thing going on with it as part of its theme. Because a bunch of blood worshippers will summon spikes from their flesh that look like thorns, but they might just be blood. Blood, blood, blood. Okay, nothing up here either. I think this is where the guy is. The guy who's like, find my daughter and a golden needle and fix her. It's no good to be like this. Yep, this is also where one of these guys are. Looking especially gross. Shrunken little chicken arms. It's choking, panting. The fact that it's wearing like 3 collars. I think this one actually does belong to the guy, though. Because I think it's the only one that's wearing a collar. God, these still hit so hard. I've seen some people complaining about this game where they're like, oh, I'm like level 80 and everything still kills me in like 2 hits. What a bad game. So unbalanced. But the game would be unbalanced if you became superpowered and suddenly the rest of the game is not a challenge. A lot of RPGs like to do that, where you hit a certain progress point where suddenly everything except the optional bosses is a joke,
First,
you know?
You must find the unalloyed gold needle. It's hidden somewhere in the den. I will tell the secret.
Yeah, and then I went looking in the fucking swamp, and that's when she tried to kill me. God, this guy's gross. He doesn't seem to be crimson rotted, though. Maybe he's too slimy for it to take hold. I keep calling it crimson rot. It's scarlet rot. But I mean, you know, same difference. Ouch. This is not the way out either. or the way that I opened, rather. I was like, how is this guy spamming so much? But it's two guys. He just hit me with a book. He threw the book at me. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this adventure. We got to check out a castle that turned out to be fairly empty. We got to fight a demigod and his very, very silly little horse. And then we came here to check out some more of the Scarlet Rot infected town. So I guess I'm going to fight Radahn and see what kind of changes that makes to my quest lines, and then maybe we'll do Raya Lucaria as the next adventure video, the next actual proper legacy dungeon, because I guess I've only seen one so far in the entire game, and it's Stormvale. But I am told that there are multiple legacy dungeons out there, so find them at some point. Anyhow, thank you all for joining me. Hope you had fun. I had fun checking out this new stuff, and a lot more fun than fighting the Falling Star Beast. Also, there's a giant skull up there, which the lore has not deigned to explain either, why this place is covered in Titan skulls. Anyhow, see you around with some more Elden Ring when I'm even further in.